All right. Let's wait for a few people to come on in the room. Hey, y'all. I'm sorry about that. That was work. Hi, everybody that's coming on. So I'm not sure for the ones that have seen the post that's going around right now that I posted. Hey, Trey. Listen. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything that I want to say tonight. Let me go ahead and put this out here now. First of all, you started early. Listen. It's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. So I like to start on time. So listen. I may cuss. I'm going to tell you now because right now the way that I feel, I'm outraged, but I want to get more of an understanding about what this issue is between gay men and trans women. My good friend, God forgive me if I'm saying your name wrong, Tedrin. So he hit me to some messages that were going around. And it was a gay man misgendering a trans woman. Was pretty much saying that was pretty much saying that a trans woman, such as myself and a lot of my other sisters out here, are men. And in the same paragraph, said that cisgendered men that are attracted to trans women like myself are gay. Now, there was so much more to that. And Tidrin is going to actually come on. And I wanted to get his perspective on that. But the main thing right now for me is getting a clear understanding of what the real issue is. Now, I personally take issue with the fact that, hey Tyrone, I personally take issue with the fact that a black gay man that should understand discrimination, that should understand what it means to be ostracized by people outside of our community. And now that is this embedded form of hatred has been breeding for years and years and years into our own community, to where we have a gay man misgendering trans women. That is a issue for me. I don't like it and I hate it. A couple of things before I start bringing my people on. First thing is first. You, sir, are the reason why cisgendered men murder my sisters. Because you, sir, have put this label on them that they want no affiliation with. So I take issue with that, first of all. You cannot do that. I am not appearing to be nobody's man. I'm not, period. I look like a woman. I dress, act, talk, everything, all feminine over here. And for you, sir, to whomever you are, to misgender not only me, but a million of other trans women out here by calling them a man, sir, you need help. I don't think you understand how sensitive being misgendered, especially by our own people. I really don't think you understand how devastating that is. Hi, everybody that's coming on. It is so, hey, Eric, it is so emotionally, there's so much turmoil that goes with a person in your own community misgendering who you are. Especially us as trans women, when we already have a lot going on mentally and emotionally. And a lot of people may not understand that. because they may have never sat down with a trans woman. They may have never encountered a trans woman before. And if you haven't, please do. But I say that to say this: you, sir, whoever you are, putting a grown man, cisgender men, in the category of being labeled gay because they like trans women, you, sir, are the reason why they murder us. That you're the reason why they have this mindset to meet us in a hotel room or in a dark alley, get their rocks off, and stab us to death, shoot us to death, strangle us to death. You, sir, are the reason. You are the fuel that has fired this cisgender men. And for people that don't know what cisgender men, it's just men that were born men, period. They identify as men, period, point blank. Same thing for cis women. Women that were born women that identify as women and straight, heterosexual women. So I just want to get there. I just want to get right to it. If there's anybody that would like to come on, please, I guess you have to send a request. Send a request to me. And if you are a gay man and you want to answer the question, or you may have an idea about what you think the issue is, because there is an underlying issue that we just don't know. And I would love for anybody that even has an opinion to come on. Now, we're going to be respectful, period. Because if you be disrespectful, I'm going to take you off here and block you. But I want to hear what's the real issue that gay men have with black trans women. Okay, Skylar Star. Okay, I'm about to add you. Okay, it says add. Hi, Skylar Star. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. So, the question is, what is the issue between gay men and trans women? What do you feel in your experience is the issue?
I believe the issue is just the not accepting people for who they are. Like, okay, trans women, they seek straight men. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
I think that the gay men are upset because from coming from like I know I got some gay friends. Coming from gay men, why would you seek straight men to be with? Because obviously the straight men are the aggressors who's hurting you and like trying to attack people and kill people
Mhm.
instead of being with someone who's gay.
Okay, so you're saying that I just want to try to process what you're saying. The issue is that gay men have an issue with us trans women pursuing straight men that's harming us.
I honestly believe so. Like, it's a lack of understanding from the gay men's point of view. It's like, okay, why would you want to go date straight men who are obviously attacking you on a daily basis in the news with little to no consequences, instead of dating someone in that lane, the LGBT lane, someone gay or bisexual, where those risks just aren't there. Those risks aren't going to be there.
Okay, so let
And
me
I think, I think the gay men also conflict with transgender women because I honestly think gay men is a competition in a way, because transgender women and gay men have sex, with their body parts, but it's like gay men feel like it's a competition between the transgender women and the gay men.
Okay, so let me say this. Akasha, sis, I would love to bring you on so I can get your opinion about that. So let me say this. First thing is first. As a trans woman myself, I don't go out here looking for cisgendered men. I don't go out here looking for straight men to date me. They come after me. That's the first
Mhm.
thing. Second thing is I automatically acknowledge to them that, listen, I am a trans woman. So there has got to be that sort of transparency there in the beginning. Now, when I told men that I was a trans woman, some guys was like, "Well, I don't see you that way." And some of those guys have treated me like queen, like a real queen. But
Mhm.
then you have those on the other hand that were like, you know what, no, I'm cool. And I walk away from that. So I believe we as trans women have to know when to walk away from the situation, and also know when, okay, when somebody is truly engaging in us. You see what I'm
True.
saying? So
True.
the second thing is with this competition. Now, this is where I take issue at. Out of your problems. What's
Okay.
going on, y'all? I'm
I
not
can hear
sure.
fine.
Okay. So the second thing is there are a lot of feminine guys that's out there, and it's just my opinion and my experience. It's a loud noise in the background. I don't hear it. Do you hear it? I don't hear it.
I don't hear anything.
Okay. So like a vacuum, I think. Oh, I don't know. So this is my experience. I I've never tried to be in competition with another gay man that's feminine. But when it comes to, okay, so I hear what they're saying now. Do you have headphones?
Um, no, I don't have headphones. My TV was slightly on. I don't know. Do you still hear it?
No, I don't hear it anymore now.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Okay, so I know it's so loud. I don't know. Okay, so can y'all hear it now? Can y'all hear me clearly now? Can y'all let me know if y'all hear me? Okay, so by my second part to that is that I'm not trying to be in competition with another gay man just because I choose to date a cisgendered man. I'm not trying. First of all, I don't understand why a gay guy would want to date a cisgendered man anyway when he is apparently attracted to everything feminine that looks like a woman. That's what he wants. So if that's an issue, that's an internal issue that I feel that that gay guy that has an issue with us dating cisgendered men, that's something they need to work out. Is there anybody else that would like to come on? Let me know. I would love to get your thoughts. The question is, what is the issue between gay men and trans women? I would love to have at me Brandon Jamal Jackson. Okay. Brandon, I think you have to go in and do it. I don't see you, Brandon, on here. You may have to send me a request. I'm not sure. See it better. If you want it in the morning. Okay. Anybody else want to come on? Would anybody else like to come on? Okay. No, we still here. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, here we go. Sid, Betty, oh God, Letty. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm getting ready to add you. Hey, Celeste. No, sis, we still here. So, sis, what we're talking about, we are talking about what's the issue between trans men. I'm sorry. What's the issue with gay men and trans women? Because there is a underlying issue there that we just don't know anything about. Hey, Ray. And so, in order for us to get to the bottom of it, we need to ask the question and stop trying to put the foot around it and asking what's the real issue. So, can you please pronounce your name? Because I think I messed it all the way up.
You just
Okay,
call me
Sid.
Sid.
All right. So, Sid, give me your perspective.
Honestly, I'm not. Is there did something happen lately that showed that gay men have an issue with transgender
So
women
this
or?
so okay, so Tidrin tagged me into a post from Instagram about what this gay guy
Mhm.
on Instagram, what he was saying in some of his comments, I thought were very appalling and very disrespectful
Mhm.
to trans women, because we already have enough going on. So
Right.
for
Right.
him to say that a transgender woman, excuse me, is a man,
Mhm.
I took issue
Mhm.
with that, because there's nothing about my, just because I have a penis doesn't make me a man. And just because a woman has a vagina
Right.
does not necessarily make her a woman.
Yeah, I was listening to that in a philosophy class, but that's a whole
Right.
different subject. Me personally, as a gay man, I have no issue with transgender
Okay.
women. I have a lot of friends that are transgender women, and my thing is it's very important to respect what somebody mentally thinks themselves
Absolutely.
to be, because you don't know how you can psychologically affect someone, long term or whatever the
Right.
case may be. Now, as far as his comments go, I mean, I feel as though it could be comparable to like when people say, "Oh, bottoms this, bottoms that," or say this, that, and the third. But femme guys, it's just another type of like insulting thing that judgment that people carry in this lifestyle. But it's not
Right.
just this lifestyle. I think there's more of an issue with the black straight gay community. I mean, the black straight
Hmm.
community accepting transgendered women or just gay men, period. So it kind of hurts me to find out that transgendered women and gay men don't get along when we're all technically looked under the same
Right.
spectrum.
Absolutely. And so what you just said about straight men, he also
Mhm.
said that cisgender men that are attracted to
Mhm.
trans women, such as myself, he automatically
Mhm.
labeled them as gay. That's an issue
Mhm.
for me. You can't do that.
Yeah. You can't. I mean, everybody has the right to have their opinion,
Absolutely.
okay? But but just out of respect, common courtesy, like I said before, you have to respect where people are mentally at. If a straight man tells me after the fact, I mean, I've been with straight men before too, so
Right.
it's not like it's just transgender women. That's the other thing. It's like there are gay boys that go after straight men. So I don't know what the other guy was talking about, but there are gay men, female, and I have masculine friends that go after straight men. So it's not just
Hmm.
transgender women. So I'm like, you just have to respect people's mindset and their views. Like if it's just like how you talk to your mom, or if somebody talks to your mom, they'll say yes ma'am. It's just common courtesy. If somebody says I see myself as a woman, and honestly they're there dressed like that, and I'm gonna respect that's
Right.
what you are. I'm gonna refer to you by the proper pronoun, just out of respect,
Right.
common courtesy, because inhumane if you call
That's the
somebody
word I've
that,
been
if
using.
that's
It's
not who they
inhumane. It's
mentally feel.
barbaric. It's actually, it shows that you're not even sympathetic to the culture. You're not.
Mm-hmm.
And I, for one, have always been a person that if I hear something or even see somebody doing something that I feel is wrong, I speak up about it. Because if you
Yeah, and I
don't, what's happening is you're a part of the problem. and you're allowing it to happen.
Right.
And
Right.
I just, for the life of me, I just could not understand why another gay guy. I'm gonna add you on next, Tidra, and then Barbie, I'm gonna add you next, sis. For a gay guy who
Mhm.
understands the mindset of us being
Right.
ostracized and being discriminated against. I don't think
Mhm.
he fully understands. Like I said in the beginning of this, trans women, we go through so much. Just us, human being, as human,
Mm.
gay men get the. I like to use the word privilege of.
At least you could blend more. We could
Exactly.
blend more, just so it's
We
more
don't we
so.
don't get that luxury. We have to when we
Mhm.
walk out our houses, there's an automatic bullseye on our backs.
Basically,
And like you said,
and it's
and
just dumb.
like Skylar said earlier, they can go out here and kill us and no reprimands. Nothing happens. Nothing. And
And that's the same way with, like, if a gay man gets attacked. See, to me, it's illogical to speak against a transgender in
absolutely.
that way when we're both judged the same. We're all judged the same. So you're not in a better position than me, and I'm not in a better
Exactly.
position than you. So why would I downgrade
Right.
your position that you also shouldn't be?
It's
That's
crazy.
it's crazy.
Well, thank you, Sid. I appreciate it, honey.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. I'm getting ready to. Where are you going to add? Okay, sis. I'm adding you, Miss Barbie, my sister in Florida. Says connecting. Hey, sis.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing wonderful. I'm a little bothered, but um, but I'm okay. I just think that being misgendered by people in our own community is sad. It's hurtful and it's cruel. And so I want to get your opinion on what you think the issue is between gay men and trans women. And if anybody wants to be added, please go and add me as they come in. I'll go in and add you. All right, sis, the floor is yours, honey.
I don't. I do think that there is an issue, but not per se an issue between gay men and trans women. I think there's an issue with patriarchal society where men, whether gay or straight, have this sense of privilege or feeling of privilege that they can speak on behalf of other people, especially other marginalized, oppressed individuals, right?
Mm-hmm.
A gay man has no right speaking on behalf of any trans person or woman because they're not of that experience, right? So
Exactly.
with that, if I'm listening correctly, or if I believe what you're talking about was about the young man that posted that he doesn't understand why trans women are upset for not being included in the Black Girls Rock uh, show or celebration. Uh,
Hold on, sis. Your phone just froze.
I got a phone call.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I feel like in most cases that uh, Black people and people of color tend to use their cis heteronormativity
Mm-hmm.
as a way. Carla, my God, I'm about to get so mad. Like seriously, um, I think that Black and brown people of heterosexual or on the heterosexual perspective tend to
Mm-hmm.
use their privilege to oppress other people based on things that they do not understand. For example, I find it highly problematic for a gay man to speak on behalf of a trans woman saying that they are men who experience life as a man, as if you know every trans woman's experience. Like you
Right.
don't know if these women even made it to a point where they became men. Some of these people transitioned way in their earlier stages. Not every Black person that is trans had this traumatic experience that their parents waited until they are 18 and say, well, you can do what you want. Some of them were loved and accepted by their parents and helped them transition at an
Young.
early age. So they never actually made it to that point where they became man or woman. You know, I think that it's problematic because Black people, just like white people do to Black people, use our life and our lifestyle and our lingo and our style and creativity, and they
Mm-hmm.
benefit from that, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have Black hairstylists that are gay, trans, makeup artists that are Black and gay and trans. You
Yes.
use our, so you guys watch Pose, you guys say what's the tea, y'all do all these extra things that is usually found in the LGBTQ plus community. But when it comes to including Black trans women in Black women's spaces, there seems to be a disconnect, right? There's a
All day.
disconnect because you, as a Black woman, feel that you can benefit from using our culture, but then you don't want to include us in a space that benefited from using our culture as something that is yours.
Exactly.
The same way y'all Black people refer to white people as culture vultures, Black people are culture vultures to the LGBT community.
Mm-hmm. All day.
You
All
know,
day.
they use that. Listen, I'll give examples. Now, Black women have always been beautiful and always had beautiful skin, and a lot of them prior to the 2000 era rarely wore makeup. You may have seen a little lip liner, a
That was
little
it.
eyeliner, and that's it.
Yeah.
Until you started seeing the trans women come out and their full glam, full face, lashes from hair to Kalamazoo,
Right.
then you start seeing women
That's the
started
competition.
in full drag to
Right.
go outside wearing hair that's stacked to the moon, and I'm not saying that trans or gay people created the look, but we definitely improved it, and
We
that's a
did.
fact.
That's a fact
That's
all
a fact.
day.
Not see women with bodies that were pumped out like 10 times their actual size until you see in trans women. Trans women were the first people who augmented their bodies by using silicone and other illegal substances to augment their bodies to the shape that they desired. When
Right.
cis women started seeing that look,
That's
they
what they
started
wanted.
wanting that look because men were also being attracted to that look. Now, were men aware that these women were trans women? Some may have, and some may have not known. However, the fact is that we created this culture of the body oddy look. You didn't
Mm.
see cis women outside of Buffy the Body with bodies like that,
Right.
and see women that walked out their door with makeup like RuPaul in the daytime. You didn't see Black women
No.
doing that.
No. There was
Didn't
a
see contoured eyebrows, contoured cheeks. You seen that in fashion magazines, but it was so blended that you didn't even really notice. Or if it was it as dramatic as it is now, it was considered haute couture or avant-garde. You didn't see
mm-hmm.
all this exaggerated makeup.
Right. So this my next question, sis, that I want to ask you. Do you think that it's wrong for a gay man to, because there was two things to this, for a gay man to say that a cisgendered man is gay because is he likes trans women?
Well, first of all, anyone that understands sexual orientation and sexual identity would be very clear that those are two distinctive, different things.
That's why you my
Sexual
sis.
identity is how you identify yourself as being gay, bisexual, pansexual, lesbian, queer, polyamorous, whatever
Whatever you want to
I
be.
are.
You can't put
Now,
you can't put
to,
your label on somebody else. You just can't do that.
right, when it comes to gender identity, you have male or cisgender and transgender. So, with that being said, there is no definitive identification, because one is trans, that one is equal to being gay, because one is born assigned rather male at birth, and that decided to transition to female in their authentic self, decides that they, because they want to become a woman, that they somehow decide that they're going to date men. Not all people that transition to be attracted to the opposite
The
sex or the
opposite
same.
sex. Absolutely.
So those are two vastly different things, and it's important that people understand that they need to stop labeling people things that they don't even understand.
Right.
The definition of homosexuality is a physical and emotional attraction to someone of the same sex, not same gender, same
Right.
sex.
Two different things. Sex and gender have always been two different things. However, I'm pretty sure, since you know this, and you've heard this a billion times because I've seen your lives,
Hey,
people
Katora.
always try to group them together. And I always found that problematic, because they're two different things that people always try to intertwine together. And you just
Right,
can't
to
do
sit
that.
there, man that is attracted to a trans woman is gay. In what sense of the world, in what sense of the world would you believe that to be true? If someone that looks like me is dating a man that looks like Malik Yoba, and we're out in public, they're not assuming that because he's with me without prior knowledge that I'm trans, that he is with a trans woman that may have been born male, uh, assigned male at birth, rather.
Right.
Um, because they don't know what's between my legs. They can make assumptions. They
Mm-hmm.
can make, wild hypotheses, but they really don't have any idea. So to associate homosexuality with someone that is transgender is problematic on various fronts, because based on the definition of homosexuality is a physical attraction to someone of the same sex. I don't look like a man. I don't
Right.
talk like a man. I don't have features of a man. So how would you associate male and male with something that looks female?
Right. Whew, sis, Lord have mercy. Thank you so much. Cause like, girl, everybody and their mama trying to come on here. But I appreciate your education and your experience with this. Because like I said, I thought it was very problematic that
But we
people.
know that gay men are going to be problematic, because
Mhm.
gay men are part of the problem in a sense, because they are still operating on the binary standards of I guess sex and gender,
And gender.
right?
Hmm.
A gay man is still a man nonetheless, right? And a gay
Right.
man still opinions of such, because he doesn't understand the differences of gender identity and sexuality. And another thing with that is that with gay men, they tend to speak on matters that they don't actually live. A gay man cannot speak on behalf of the experiences of a trans person when you have not walked a day in our shoes,
A
when you have not
day.
walked a mile in our shoes.
I
And
mean,
that's where it becomes problematic, because you have the cis heterosexual people that look to you guys as references as to how to treat your fellow sisters and brothers.
absolutely all day, because I had a situation like that where this guy, he was cisgender, and he asked me how would I like to be treated, because he said he's always been attracted to trans women, he said, but he's just never really full on went into a space where he wanted to date and actually be with a trans woman. And I told him, well, every trans woman is different. Everybody is not the same. I
Right.
said, but I said the one common thing is we all want to be treated with respect. That's where it starts. And I told him, if you do that, I said, then you build and you expound on that. But it always begins with respect and transparency in the beginning.
Right. I
Yes,
think respect to anybody though. So that should be already a prerequisite for anybody that wants to deal with another human being. You have to go into it with at least an open mind and respect, right? In order
absolutely.
to garner a deeper understanding, you have to be willing to understand things that you may not necessarily agree with,
Right.
right? Because you don't
Yes.
have to agree with everything, but you
Right.
do have to be open-minded enough to say, okay, if that's how you feel, we can agree to disagree, right?
Absolutely.
I don't have a problem with gay men feeling how they feel. I don't have a problem with gay men feeling like that we are born male, so that's how we this. Listen, we're gonna have that fight for the rest of our lives with people that may not agree with science and biology, right?
Right.
And people use science and biology to twist it in their own little way, as well as with biblical references. Here's the problem with the LGBT community, specifically the gay community. It's the way that they choose to describe us. That I was watching the Breakfast Club, and one of the young ladies on the Breakfast Club was stating something that was called intention and impact. The way you choose to the intention and way you the intention and how you use the words and the impact in which the words are received are very different, right? You saying
Right.
that you believe that women of trans experience are really men also creates a bigger issue on a grander scale for trans women in spaces that they should be welcome and included in, right? Now that's the difference
Mm.
between a cis woman being able to have a job or being ostracized, being harassed, being bullied, being killed, because this is the way you, a gay man, is telling the world that they should identify them and treat them. A marginalized,
Exactly.
oppressed individual telling other people of that same caliber and experience that they are not valid based on inclusivity and the way that they choose to identify. You being a femme gay man makes you no less of importance than a masculine gay man, but you still want the same respect as you being a man, right?
Exactly. Period. Nothing more, nothing less. That's why I say everything begins with respect. Everything. Everything.
They said, how do you decide it?
Yeah,
How do
yeah.
you decide that you are a woman? If that's the case, did you wake up one day and decide that you were a man, or did you wake up one day and felt like you were a man,
Um,
or you were in a body? You're asking a question that really has no logical response to it, because you can't tell someone how they choose to identify
exactly.
and how one should choose to identify. Being a woman is not assigned to being a female. Being a woman and being a female are vastly different things. A
Two different
female is what one is assigned at birth based on a doctor's opinion of their
at birth.
sexual, and being a woman is something that that you learn through life in your mind. It is something that is cognitive in the mind, not necessarily in the body.
Hmm. Okay, sis. Let me
All right,
add some other people because everybody is coming on. But thank you so much. I love you.
all right, I love you too, sweet.
Okay.
How do you end it?
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't see y'all got to send the request. Y'all, I don't see it. Brandon, you want to come on? Tidron, if you want to come on. Okay, Brandon, you're asking me to add you. Okay, you're asking me to add you. Okay, Eric, there's already, I guess, in the broadcast. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Eric. I'm coming. Okay, Eric, let me get Brandon. Let me get Eric first because he was in first, and then I'll bring you on. Okay, Brandon, Tidron, you go after Brandon. Hey,
Hi, sis.
what's
How are
going
ya?
on? I'm
Oh, I'm
good.
good. Listen, I'm
Good.
at work, so I just have a quick little input.
Okay. I can't hear you. Okay, there you go. There you go. I can hear you now.
You got me? Sorry, y'all.
Yes.
So I just have a quick input. So what my thing is, and what I believe I see happen so often is that humans are afraid to be at the bottom of the totem pole. So
Mm,
when white people hate black people hate gay people hate trans people. They just want somebody to be lower than them, and they don't.
I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, somebody was trying to call. Go ahead, honey. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was saying most humans tend to find the weaker person to point out so that they don't look weak and they don't look, that they don't stand out to other people. So I don't think that it's personal. I think that we're very sensitive, and I know that this is your life, and I get that people judge me on things that hurts my feelings or make me want to speak or make me angry. But you know what? We have to stop being sensitive to other people's opinions. People don't understand everything.
True.
They call straight men who like their ass ate by their woman gay. You are
Gay.
not gay. That's not gay.
Uh-huh.
You are retarded for calling them gay. But you know what? Let people have their opinions. Let them think what they want to think, because you know what? At the end of the day, it's so people are there's people are so people have a wide variety of just craziness that everybody won't understand. We're all so different. People
Right.
have to realize that nobody's going to be the same. We were put on this earth to be different for a reason. And if you don't understand it, just respect who I am and me being a human.
And
And if
that's
you are
it.
not and if you are not comfortable, it is not my obligation to make you comfortable. It is up to you to make yourself comfortable. So exit the scene and go somewhere else. The earth is so big that you can leave my presence if I offend you in any way by
Right.
just being me. I can't change being homosexual. I can't change being transgender. I can't change, being black or white. But what I can change is being ignorant. I can change
Right.
disrespecting people. I can change cursing around your grandmother. That's the stuff
Right.
that we can call out. But please stop calling people out because they're trans or because they're black. It has nothing to do with you. And really, if you don't understand it, then don't speak on it.
Right. Absolutely. And I've always said this. At the end of the day, there's only one race, and that's the human
One race,
race.
the human race.
That is it. And in order for us to grow from this toxicity that we as a culture have created, we have to learn how to, like you said, not be, I don't want to say
Why is
sensitive,
Brandon
but
so
we can't
rude
be
though? Like he can't even
overly.
have a human conversation. Brandon is just rude. My goodness.
Yeah. Well, we
Is that who
can't
was? Is
overly
that who was the opinion
sensitize.
was?
We can't overly. I'm not. Listen, I'm not worried about
You
some
right. You
stuff.
right. You right.
I keep it
You
moving.
right. Too much good energy.
Right. We can't overly sensitize things. However, we have to be extremely sensitive to certain things, because what happens is a lot of times, see, even though we know it happens, the murders of black gay men, but what's happening because 17 black trans women under the age of 35, excuse me, 15 have been under the age of 35 years old, which is the average lifespan for a trans woman, have been murdered just this year. So it's like we
It has to
don't
be spoken
it,
about. You're right.
Brandon, I promise you, I got you next. We have got to stop gay people, cisgender people from saying stupid, dumb things and misgendering people that's in a culture that you should understand.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
we have to stop doing that. And then to put a label on somebody, to put a sexual identity on a cisgender man that identifies as straight, that's causing even more issue, because now what you're doing is you're making him not like, yeah, Jade, I got you. You're making him not like himself, and then you're actually building this subconscious hate for the things that he wants to actually love. And you can't
Yeah.
do that.
I agree.
You
I agree.
can't.
I agree. I think we too often put our own opinions on other people, and it really, my life has nothing to do with yours. Your life has nothing to do with mine. If we want to coexist, we can do that and grow together. But really, people just speak on things that they have no mouth to speak on. They haven't
Right.
lived it. They don't know nothing about it, and they just
Nothing.
want to talk because they have nothing else to talk about.
Right.
So you keep living, sister. I am happy that you are who you are. I am in love with the trans community because you know what? Y'all are stronger than any other humans on the earth.
Any.
And that's period on
Period.
period.
I love you, honey.
I love you with the light of God.
All right, baby. We'll talk later.
Bye, baby.
All right, Brandon. All right, Brandon, I got you. You can live together and respect each other so easily. Yes, Sid, all day Like, hi, Brandon. I'm so
What?
sorry.
Hi.
I am so sorry. It's taking me forever. I'm so sorry, but I'm trying to get to everybody. You know, everybody has an opinion about the
Right.
situation. And I just want to
Right.
make sure that everybody's voice is heard. I love you too, Maya. I want to make sure everybody's voice is heard. And something that's important to me is that we don't continue to spread this poison of hate and misunderstanding
Right.
in our
I
own
agree. I agree with
community.
you. I just want to say, am I on?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
you're on.
Well, no, I just want to say very quickly, because I just want to say as a disclaimer, I have two transgender friends, one whom I'm very close with, so I don't have any issue with transgender people. The problem is, I do think though that transgender people, I mean, we have to realize we live in a world where people can be whomever they want to be. You all have said that several times. I mean, if you are male, you want to identify as a woman, and if you're a female, you want to identify as a man, you are able to do that.
Right.
But by doing that, you also have to be ready to know that everybody is not going to accept that. You know what I'm saying? So whether the person is gay, straight, whatever the case is, a person doesn't have to accept that. You have to also accept that people have that choice. Just as you have the choice to wake up in the morning and be whatever it is that you want to be, people have the choice not to accept that. Now, I mean, I'm a part of the lifestyle, but I mean, is it weird to me? It is. I mean, I don't understand it, but I mean, you just have to know that people have that option just as you have that option. I mean, because what you all are kind of doing to me is bashing gay men. And to me, by doing that, it's almost like a reverse race. It's almost like a reverse racism. You can't cry racism and then be rude to a white person after you say that they have been rude to you or treated you badly because of your race.
Right.
I mean, it's almost like a reverse thing. Like you can't. So you have to accept the fact that all gay men aren't gonna always agree with your lifestyle or what it is that you are doing. I love my friends dearly.
Right.
But you can't persecute us just because we don't agree, because it's really not fair.
Well, this is,
if you really think about it.
Okay. Well, okay. So let me clear something up for you. So first of all, I have a ton of gay friends, and they're my brothers, and they've never disrespected me. They never misgendered me in any type of way, shape, form, or fashion.
Right.
Now, this is the thing that I take issue with. It's with what you said. I don't care about people not liking me, or me having an issue with people not liking who I am. I am so confident within myself that it doesn't bother me. I have to speak up for those people that do not know themselves yet, and they're not strong enough to handle if they come across something like that. Because at the end of the day, suicide amongst trans women, especially Black trans women, is so prevalent and it's through the roof. It doesn't make sense. And that type of rhetoric and that type of verbiage and language that's being said and being spilled out of this man's mouth who identifies as gay is detrimental.
But can I be more honest? The struggle isn't that different. I mean, when we choose to live our life as gay men, we also have to accept that there are people who are not going to accept us on a daily basis.
All day.
It's really the same struggle. It's really just how you deal with it. Now, my struggle may not be waking up and identifying with a woman as a woman every morning, and really being a man. That might not be my struggle, but it's not fair for for someone to be ostracized or set aside just because they don't agree.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we'll ever move forward as a community or as a LGBT or whatever if we're just not allowed to feel that way.
Well, it's
we
not.
should just be allowed to feel that way.
Well, it's not a struggle for me to wake up and be a woman in the morning, because I go to bed a woman. I wake up in the morning. I live my life as a woman.
Right.
But it passes.
And that's for you. And that's because you're comfortable with yourself.
Right.
And everybody, I mean, they will have those struggles. But my thing is choice. You have the option to live that way if you choose. So with that being said, you have to let people feel however it is that they want to feel. We can't take that option away from people.
Choice. Me wanting to be a woman.
And see, I guess that's where the discrepancy lies. Most people won't understand that. Yeah, we don't live our life as transgender, so we don't have the same feelings.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
And that's
we don't feel that way.
And that's what my sister Barbie was saying, that a gay man can't speak on a trans woman experience until he has walked in the shoes of a trans woman. Like Sid said earlier, you all know how you all can blend in a little bit better than we can, because there are trans women that are just starting out in their transition.
But
That's
whose fault is that? That's what I'm saying. That goes back to choice. I mean, and not to cut you off,
it's
but to
not a
go back to the
choice.
original issue. If the man, if he is dating a man,
Hmm.
if he's dating a person who is a man, I mean, it's homosexual. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of just basic words. Homosexual means that they the same sex. I mean, if I put on a wig and then I get a boyfriend, I mean, and then we date, does that make him straight? It's far fetched. It just really doesn't make sense. You know, if you just really be that's not how it goes. You
Okay.
know, so I mean, that's just my 2 cents on it. It's all about choice.
Okay.
When you choose to live into that world, you have to choose to accept what people will say, no matter if you're gonna like it or not.
Right.
People say horrible stuff about me. People, any gay man, I'm sure, gets horrible comments. You know, it's still not accepted until this day. So
Hmm.
I mean, but it's the choice. It's who we choose to live, and we just have to accept that. And the same for transgender. You can't be upset every time somebody says something that is not in your favor.
All right, Brandon. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it,
Thank
honey.
you. Have a good day.
You too, baby.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, child. Okay. So, Jada, I'm getting ready to add you, sis. Let me tell you something. Me being trans was not a choice. I knew at 4 years old that it's not, ladies and gentlemen that's looking, it's not a choice. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. Me living my truth and me living my life as a woman was not a choice. Hey, Jada, beautiful. How are you
Hey,
doing,
baby.
darling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. So,
I want,
girl, all right, baby, give it to me.
okay, I don't like it. I didn't like the last person who came up. Like, it's not a choice. Like, this isn't my choice. I didn't choose this life. It's so much easier for me to just go ahead and be a gay boy, period. That shit's easy. It's easy for me to go around and just be a gay boy. But in the same sense, no, it's not easy for me to sit here and transition because it's harder for me to get in a relationship. Because everybody's like, oh, we don't, I'm not attracted to date. I don't want to date a gay person. I rather date a man. And so that's my choice. And I think, and people don't realize that if it wasn't for trans people, gay people would have none of the rights they have now. Because the
None.
person who threw the first brick at Stonewall was a trans woman. Sorry. And so,
All
and so
day.
that's what they fail to realize. Like, and I sit here and like whenever I'm trying to date, it's like whenever say a gay person says, oh, he gay, oh, he's gay. No, he's not gay. He's attracted to a woman. He's not attracted to a boy. If he's going with you, whether you put a wig on or not, you're still a boy. You're not a woman. I'm
Right.
a woman. I'm transitioning to a woman. I'm not cross dressed. I'm not
None
nothing.
of that. I am a woman. Period.
Yeah, and so like I didn't like him. I was just like, who
Yeah,
is he?
and and I said at the beginning of this live that I want to hear everybody's opinions about about this, and I want to make sure we stay on course, and on topic of of what we're discussing, because there's no way that that a gay man that's in this lifestyle should misgender a trans a his in his message, he said, Barbara, please don't boil over this, sis, please. Because in his message, he said that trans women are men. Yes, teacher, you're next, sweetie. And that just, I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. Hold on, Jade. I'm going to add you back on, sweetie. Hey,
Hey,
boo!
listen.
Right, I know. I know.
I know. Okay, y'all. All right. Woo! I want to. So, hi everybody. I am kind of the reason that we're having this conversation.
Yes.
I was on Facebook earlier today, and I saw a post from a pretty famous young black designer. Now, and on the post, I'm gonna read off some comments because I want y'all to know what was said. Zeri and I tagged you in
Yes.
a bunch of the screenshots. So if y'all will go on her page, you'll see everything. You can read it.
My sister said you're cute.
Thank you, Barbie. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Okay, so on the post, he shared something that someone else posted, and it said, "Guys who like trans women are not gay," and it was like repeated over and over and over again, which is true. Guys who like trans women are not gay. And so the guy, his name is Grayling. I'm sure y'all know who I'm talking about, or you'll find out. He says, "So what are they then? Clearly they are gay. What the fuck?" And I was like, I was not expecting that because he's a somewhat prominent figure in the community. So I'm like, maybe he was kidding. So let me just, start reading some more. I kept reading, and he was like, "What, man? Like, they're gay. Come on." He said, if you are with someone who has a dick and you have a dick, you are gay. If you suck another person's dick and you have a dick, you are gay. If you are taking dick in the ass from another person who has a dick, you are gay as fuck. And someone commented and said, "A trans woman is not a woman, it's a confused man." And I was like, okay, I'm actually gonna have to say something. I'm actually gonna have to say something. And so the guy who posted it, Grayling, commented again, and he said, "I don't agree with the confused man comment." So I was like, okay, cool. Maybe you have some sense.
Right.
No, not at all, actually. People were commenting and saying that, let me see, what did he say? Some other people were commenting, telling the truth. Like, if you believe, what did it say? If you believe trans women are indeed women, then men who are attracted to them can't be gay because that's a man and a woman. So, you're talking about, and he started talking about their genitalia, yada, yada, yada. So Grayling started talking about a term that we don't use anymore. It's transsexuals are seen as sexual creatures instead of human beings by these same so-called straight men. They are not trying to date, being in a relationship, yada, blah, blah, blah. These trans women, we need to call a spade a spade. I am a proud gay man, and gay is gay. So basically, he was just a lot of foolish rhetoric. A lot of men are attracted to trans women, and they have sex with them, knowing yes, there are some trans that don't tell them, blah blah. But come on, man, if a trans woman has a penis, you and a penis, and you have sex with them, you enjoyed it. Basically, saying you're gay. So he just keeps going on and on. And people are commenting like, but yeah, yes, they may have been born into a male body, but that soul.
Hold on,
King Chris. Okay.
Listen,
I'm not gonna tolerate
misgendering
misgendering
on
on my on this line. Ooh, if you're going to refer to in a comment a trans woman, the pronouns are she and her. Right. Period.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay. I ain't gonna. Because I don't play that. Same. And someone else said she is still a man in my eyes and scientifically still a man. I was like, oh wow, so we're really going there. Someone else commented and said they are gay and they need to stop sugarcoating the bullshit. What the fuck? I'm glad a gay man finally said it. These people are delusional. And someone else commented and said calling a man that had sexual encounters with trans women, gay is transphobic. And so I commented, not to this previous comment because I agreed with that, but I commented and responded to the original post where he's saying that if a man likes or is attracted. Okay, and please get out my life because I'm like 2 seconds from like reading you up one side and then down the other. Like I said, we're going to be respectful. Let me go ahead and report. So if you're going to refer to trans women, what you need to do is say her, she. Period. You've been reported, sir. Thank you. I commented, I said, wow, what a dangerous rhetoric to have. This is the reason why men attracted to trans women have killed themselves. For you to be in the public eye so highly, this is irresponsible. I also said, so if a trans woman, just because, okay, this next comment, I said this because from his definition, he's saying a trans woman who has not gone through surgery and, remove the. Listen, I'm learning, so I don't know everything. But a trans woman who is not post-op, he's saying that that's still a man, and a man who's attracted to a woman who has not had surgery is gay. And so I'm using his definition against him at this point. So I said, so if a trans woman is post-op and doesn't have a penis, the guy is still gay. This whole conversation and trash comments is why trans women don't feel accepted in the LGBTQIA community because of gays like this. He responded to almost everybody else and was like, everyone's opinion are valid on my post. But when I commented, he said, this is America and we can all be entitled to our own opinions. Again, if you don't like it, remove yourself. Next comment that he said, this is my opinion, and if you don't like it, remove yourself from my page. So that's, y'all, everybody watching, that's what started this whole conversation, because it's, like I said, it's dangerous. The reason why Maurice, the latest guy that we know of, or straight heterosexual male that we know of, that killed himself, was being bullied by straight men. I saw the video myself. Of him being bullied by straight men on the street for dating Faith, for being who he was with, for being attracted to a trans woman, because he looked at her as a woman, because that's how she identifies. And he killed himself because of that. People, they called him gay. And that's why I wanted to talk about this. Like, that's what's getting people killed. That's what's giving straight men who are having sex with trans women and then later on regretting it or feeling, I don't know, guilt from society or whatever, going back and killing these same women that they just had relations with, that they just confessed their feelings to, and that they felt comfortable with. Because we have people like this in our own community shutting a part of our community out and degrading a part of our community, the very part of our community. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it me? Let me
Yeah, I think it might be you.
hold on. Put my earpod in.
Okay.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Okay, I think that's so much better.
It's probably because I was yelling too. But but that same type of rhetoric is no. These people, these gay men, these straight men or whatever, mostly the gay men that we're talking about today, are being hateful toward a part of our community that gave us our rights. That literally gave us our rights. When you and I don't even remember who was that mentioned that, because I was trying to get everybody's names and I couldn't get it. But when she said that, that was the
That was
truth.
Jada.
That was Jada. That Jada was telling the truth. If
Yeah.
we didn't have Black trans women in the past stand up for our rights,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be able to be gay men out here having gay pride, or gay men out here getting married to other men, or gay men out here just being ourselves out in public and not necessarily fear for our lives.
Yeah.
And while we gay men are able to do so because we generally hold like power in certain areas in the world, like in industry and such,
Right.
we can be okay, but a lot of trans women are not. Y'all are still seen as less than by other women who were born female, who were born, with a vagina. They're like, no, you're less than me. You're not actually a woman. Like, and they see you as competition. That's all this other stuff. So y'all have to deal still with that. Girl, put no makeup. I'm through. Still, y'all have to deal
Got a
with
little
that.
hot.
Whereas we don't always have to. And to come back and address Brandon, I think he just got offended because he thought that we were talking about all gay men. I'm also a gay man, if you have not realized. I'm not offended at that, because I know it's not all gay men who treat trans
Right.
women the same.
And we're
But
not
there is,
saying that it's
right,
all gay men, because
right.
we know that's not true, because there are gay men that actually stand up for us and speak on our behalf, because sometimes we as trans women, this is my experience, my opinion, I get tired of having to always defend not only myself but my sisters as well with this type of rhetoric, and then not to have any of my brothers that identify as gay not even stand up and realize that, listen, like you said, and like Jada said, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have this. You wouldn't have this
Right.
platform that you have.
Exactly. So what I don't understand is
And
how
nobody, and Brandon, nobody is saying that everyone that is gay does not want to be a girl. No,
this is
that's
true. I don't. I like having a penis. I like it. I like being a man. I identify as a man. It's not that I want to be a man. It's not that it's not that I'm choosing to be a
Barbie
man.
sis.
It's
Please hold
literally
on,
who I
sis. I got
am.
you next.
It's
Go
just
ahead.
literally who I am. You are a woman. This is not what you wanted. This is not what you were like, oh, you know what? I'm 5 years old. I think I want to be a girl. No, that's in your brain. It
It's
that's in
embedded.
your soul.
It's embedded already. And then also, what I think people fail to realize is people fail to educate themselves on things they don't know. I was just here watching a documentary the other night with Katie Couric, and what she did was she traveled across the country and she sat down with parents of children that were that identify as transgender at 4 and 5 years old. And growing up in the country, for me, I never thought that I would grow up to realize that, oh my God, I wasn't the only one that felt that way, because I didn't have a space, and there wasn't a space for me to actually say how I felt. And so when I was actually able to see that, and I was like, oh my God, I wasn't the only one that felt like that. And then she got more in detail with the family, dynamic of it, and them getting involved and them being accepting. I was like, so this is the issue that a lot of people have. They're not educated about being transgender. It's
Oh,
not a choice. I'm,
girl.
I'm sorry, what happened?
No, I mean, I'm listening to you, but I just saw this comment that Brandon made. So let me go ahead and comment on this right now because we're not about to have this. I told you I was coming on here with grace, and that's what I'm gonna do. The
Okay.
Brandon said the problem is that most of you are not Christian and you believe God made you gay. Get this nigga out of here. Because Brandon, what you don't realize is that Zarian and both of us are Christians.
Wow.
So what you don't know is what you're doing is getting on this post and getting on these latest posts, I guess, that I've been talking about, not realizing the rest of my posts, not realizing the history of what I've been talking about for the majority of the time that I'm on Facebook. So what you are doing is saying something that based off of your own opinion and not out of fact and truth.
Wow.
So what you're not going to do is tell me who we are and what we believe.
Period.
You done
Period.
lost your damn mind.
Because,
And I come against that in the name of Jesus. And what? And
well,
God
God
did
made
make
you
me
a
okay,
man.
God made me a man, yes. And you know what? When Zarian was born in possibly the wrong body. I'm not even I have to tell you this because I gotta tell you this because I want to be 100% truthful and I want to be completely honest.
Right.
I'm getting to a point where I'm uncovering the way that the world is after Adam and Eve, after the garden.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna come to y'all like everybody believes whatever, but I'm gonna come to y'all with what I believe. So in the very beginning, there was Adam and Eve. We know that were disobedient, and the Bible literally says everything changed after that.
Everything.
Everything changed. Everything changed. When I say everything changed, if you go back into the original Hebrew language, it literally says the fabric of our foundation changed. Our DNA changed. The way that people were born changed. So I'm coming to an understanding that I'm really believing. I really believe that people's souls have been mixed up into the wrong bodies. I believe that could have happened. I really believe, but if you don't really know God, if you really don't understand the curse versus before the curse, if you don't really understand the origination of the world, then you're gonna be like, no, that don't make sense. Da, da, da. And from Brandon's standpoint, he's
Period.
saying that.
Thank you,
From
Eric.
Brandon's
Hey,
standpoint,
Jasmine.
he's saying that Brandon is gay, and he's saying, okay, that God had made me a man, but God had made you a man too, right? Okay, so if that's the case, then you're saying that God did, or Brandon, are you saying that God made you gay or didn't make you gay? Because if that's the case, then
That part, Chad.
why are you Christian, bro?
He said, "Child, you are insane." Okay, so this
You
what
can
we
call
gonna
me
do.
insane, but I also know God at a different level than you do, and I'm actually
Okay.
explaining grace.
Did anybody? Okay, so anybody else want to come on? Please shoot me a thing.
Be a parakeet, Brandon. Be a parakeet and go fly. Get a surgery. Get surgery and get feathers and get
That
some
is
wings so you can go pretend to fly, because you are being foolish and you're not
okay.
opening your mind.
Okay. All right. So I got two more people want to come on, boo. So stay on here.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to bring you back on.
Okay.
Okay, boo.
All right.
Okay, Akasha, sis, it's your turn. Woo, child, the blood.
Hi, sis.
Hey, sis, girl, this live is something else. This
The
thing is
drama, the
something else. It's
drama.
like, I don't want us to. Well, I hate to say we got off focus, but it just really goes to show the the divide between our community. It's
Hmm.
like we try to we want to be in a space where we can agree to disagree, but it's like we don't do it respectfully.
Right.
and
So,
and that's the issue that I'm having, and that's the issue that I'm seeing between the two now. It's too much.
it is. So, I had a conversation with a straight male the other day, and
Okay.
the conversation was really about, okay, well, he said something along the lines of trans women are not women or whatever. And I was just like, and why would you say something like that? He was just like, well, trans women can't give birth. I said, and that does not make me a man, and that does not make you a woman. Like, that's
No.
how I feel. First of all, giving birth to a child does not make you a woman, and it
No.
does not make you any less of a woman if you can't have kids.
Right.
So what I started talking to him about was, I said, okay, so the women that are actually born sex as female. I said, does it make her a man just because she can't bear a child, just because she can't give birth to a child? I said, she's still a woman. She is still a woman. I said, being a woman is not about what you have in between your legs. And
That's true.
he was like, well, I guess that's kind of true. I said, right. Okay, so are you any less of a man if you get a vasectomy, or if you wind up having a low sperm count and you can't get a woman pregnant? Are you any less of a man? No, you're
Uh-huh.
not.
That is insane. And I you know I you know I'm different. I've never encountered a man, a cisgender man, that has said that to me. Because you know when I'm having these conversations with these cisgender men, what they're saying is they don't see, a lot of them that are trans attracted don't see gender. They don't.
This one was not trans attracted. He was just
He was just a regular
cisgender, and he was
cisgender
regular
man,
degular girl.
right? So I it just depends. And then also those cisgender men that really want to get an understanding about how trans women operate. I think what we have to do is create that space for them so they don't feel emasculated.
Right.
you know, because nobody should fit. No cisgender man should feel less than a man just because he is attracted to all things feminine. And
Right.
that means that could be a feminine man, that could be a trans woman, or that could be just a regular woman. It doesn't
Yep.
even matter. And he shouldn't feel that way.
Hmm. Girl, they
So
down here, they on some spiritual stuff down here in these
I
comments, and
see.
I'm just reading, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
once I started talking about the Lord, it's gonna go out of proportion.
And
So
see,
I'm not even
and
gonna comment on that.
yeah, I don't even want to bring religion into this because religion is a whole another entity in itself. Because I'm an omniist. That's me. I don't believe that one religion has the truth for everything. I believe we can pull from all different aspects and use those as tools. But that's just my opinion. But what we shouldn't be doing is disrespecting each other and Bible shaming and Bible thumping nobody on here. That's not even cool. That's not right at all.
Period.
Yeah. So let me see. Okay, so my other sister want to come back on because she's been burning trying to
Bring
get
her
back
on,
on here.
girl. Is it Barbie?
Yes, God, she finna
Tell
move
her,
me.
tell her I said hey, girl. Tell her I
I
said hey,
will.
and
Thank
give
you
it to
so
him.
much, boo.
Love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye. Uh, all right, sis. Where you at? All right, sis. I'm bringing you back on. Game, man, yeah.
Ooh,
Girl,
listen,
okay, sis. Listen.
Namya
I,
Rengekyo. I
I need you to pray
in the most
kumbaya or
yes, I'm
something.
going to bring it to you in the most respectful possible way, alumni. Now, you know, there's a few things that I need to address.
I
Kedron,
already know. I already
like
listen.
I wasn't talking about you,
Oh yeah, I
so
know.
publicly state that to you. I was not talking about you. I was speaking to the other gentleman because this whole Bible crap, this God stuff, all that foolishness is slave narrative. That's the same thing they used to enslave us. Is the same Bible that y'all are using to turn around and condemn people. As a gay man, that Bible oppresses you and condemns you. So I don't understand how you could even justify one with the other when you're being condemned in the same freaking Bible. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And I'm not mad at y'all for having y'all religious beliefs, but one thing I don't like is for people to state opinions religiously and biblically about things that does not apply to all people. Before there was
Yes.
any Bibles, before there was any definition of this white man with blue eyes and blonde hair called Jesus Christ or God or whatever you want to call him, what did you black people worship? Who did you worship? You worshiped your ancestors. You worshiped the spirits. You worship the earth. You worship the universe. You worship everything but this character called God. Now, if you want to go ahead and believe in this identity or this person called God, then you're more than welcome to do so. But please stop trying to use it as a way of condemning people or shutting people and saying that this is how you justify your ignorance. That is not,
Right.
that don't fly, not on my watch.
That's
First,
not how you do it. That's not
first,
how you do it.
secondly, I want to address the fact that this okay, be respectful, yes. This man gets on your live and provided no validity to his arguments. Nothing of substance did this man even speak into his own argument. He was simply sitting here having a debate with you over his personal feelings of feeling attacked. Well, if the shoe don't fit, sweetheart, then stop wearing it. That's most of y'all problem. Y'all are too busy trying to listen to respond and not to actually comprehend. Maybe if you open your ears more and less of your mouth, maybe you will understand what is actually being said, and it has nothing to do with saying that gay men want to be women or anything like that. No one associated gay men with women. That's y'all's problem. That's y'all first problem. That's the problem within the gay community with this identity crisis that y'all have. Internal homophobia is also a big issue within the Black LGBT community, right?
Yep.
Are gay men feel because they are masculine that somehow they sit superior to effeminate gay men and that somehow they are not equal to them? Those are vicious and violent ways of providing a narrative that people are not
Okay,
speaking,
Jada.
right? That's a big problem for you to sit here on this live and tell people because the way they were born or the way they were assigned as birth is the way
Right.
that should be identified in life. You
And
were
it's a
born, you
choice.
were
He used
ugly,
the word
you're
choice
ugly,
too,
but
sis.
you have an opportunity to upgrade yourself. If you go buy a car and the car is a rinky dink and you have enough money to fix it up, you'll go fix it up and make yourself a better car, right? There's no
Right.
difference with a trans person deciding to upgrade themselves to the best self that they want to be. There's a problem. You guys are so concerned, and I don't understand why people are so concerned with trans people's anatomy that you guys get so lost in what's between their legs and not actually what's between their motherfucking ears. What's
Yes.
between their legs has nothing to do with you. How they use their anatomy has nothing to do with you. You are not welcomed in their bedroom. You are not welcome in their underwears. So why are you concerning yourself with trans people's anatomical parts as a way of trying to divisively say that they are still male, or if they have a penis, then they're still male, and because they have a penis, then this person is gay? Well, guess what? There are cis women that use strap-ons that
Come on now. Yes, they do.
husbands in the ass. Does that make them any less of a woman or make
No,
them
it doesn't.
more gay because he decided to let a biological, anatomically correct cis woman fuck them in the ass with a plastic dick? Does that make him gay? No, it does not. It makes him a straight man that enjoys sex in an alternative way.
And that's all that is.
When we understand what needs to be understood, what is between one's legs does not determine one's identity. It determines one's sex. Yes, we all know that trans people at some point were born or assigned a different sex at birth. However, how they navigate through the spaces of their life does not always mean that it is synonymous with the way that they viewed themselves. Now, you want to sit here and say, well, if you want to be a parakeet, then, well, be a fucking parakeet. Who gives a fuck if you want to identify as a macaw or if you want to be a blue jay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but you're going to come on here with your nonsensical argument and not provide any validity to the bullshit that you're saying really upsets me, because nothing is worse than an ignorant mind trying to speak to the masses. It's people like you who don't have enough intelligence in the world to be able to have a conversation with people of different backgrounds and provide a wide range of thinking, right? A wide range of thinking. I'm not saying that my way of thinking is right. What I'm saying is my way of thinking should be respected as I respected yours, right?
Absolutely.
Now, you don't have to accept us. We didn't ask for your motherfucking acceptance.
Or your approval.
We don't need to be tolerated, because guess what? With or without you, we have existed. With or without you, we will exist. And because of us, you have the rights that you have. And yes, it was 2 trans women that made your gay ass have an opportunity to be the flaming fruit fly that you want to be. Okay?
Period.
Johnson, if it wasn't for motherfucking Sylvia Rivera and all those people that were out there in Stonewall getting hit with bricks and hoses and bitten by dogs, your faggot ass would not be able to be the gay man that you are. So, bitch, you better put some respect on our motherfucking name when you speak about us, motherfucker. You better put some motherfucking respect on it. And yes, I'm raising my voice because I have been sitting here listening to this bullshit all day long. And
all day.
Sick and tired of you gay men trying to tell trans people how they should live and how they should identify.
That's the issue. That's the issue. Thank you.
Do not address us.
Thank you.
Do not speak
on
top of us. Do not.
You just stated the issue. You stated the issue.
Honey, you don't have nothing to say about us. If the problem is that you have a problem with trans people existing in a space, then guess what?
Okay, Val, you need to get off. We're not doing that, sir. We're not doing that.
Who is that?
Whoever Val is,
Val
there's no place for that.
Please don't make me have to light your pussy ass up, okay? I'm here for the shits today. Okay, I'm very much here for the shit today. So let's just be very clear. You might want to pick a fight with your mama before you pick a fight with me. I will block pussy ass up. Okay? Back to the agenda. The The problem is that what I have with that particular boy in specifically is the fact that he got on here and remained ignorant. He did not want to learn anything. He did not want to be open-minded.
He didn't want to listen.
In his ignorance, and he wanted to believe whatever he believed was to be factual. That's the problem. If we're going to have a conversation, be open to the dialogue. Be open and receptive to what the fuck I have to say. You don't have to accept it, but you do have to respect it.
Absolutely. And that's what I said. That's what I said when you first came on. It all goes back to respect. Whether you're dating or whether you're trying to get an understanding about anything, it always goes back to respect. Because we can agree to disagree all day, but just respect the fact that we are agreeing to disagree. And that be that. I'm not trying to make you.
You don't even walk a day in our lives or in our shoe, but you have so much of an opinion about us. And you think that because XYZ was born XYZ, that they should be identified as XYZ. No, you were born a black man, a black boy who grew into a black man. And by that standard alone, society and the black community says that you have to be a certain way. And by the standards of it, you don't fit it being a gay man. You were also ostracized and demonized and villainized by your fellow black cis heterosexual males. What happened?
Ooh, child. Okay, so I'm not sure who Mike is, but Mike has been.
Let me ask, why is faggot the first go-to derogatory? The same way y'all refer to us as men when y'all trying to be catty little cunts. Let's just call it a fact. When you're going to
call it what it is,
you better sling rocks. You can't pick a fight and choose to tell me how I'm supposed to defend myself. I'm going to address you the way I see fit because he started the bullshit. So guess what? I'm going to address him the same way back. You're going to disrespect me. I'm going to disrespect you.
Absolutely.
You don't get my respect by disrespecting me.
Right, and the disrespect came from a black gay man. Well, just forget black, but it came from a gay man disrespecting a trans woman.
No, Mike,
so
it's okay for me to abuse that word. It's not. But guess what? I am speaking out of anger because this particular individual decided he was going to tell us how we should identify and how we should see ourselves. Right, again, let me just take a moment and regather myself and apologize to all the gay men on the line. It was not correct. It was not okay. It was not appropriate. I own that. That's accountability. It was not okay for me to have used a derogatory word. That's not how we should address each other. But for this young man to constantly get on this live and try to tell us how we should identify, that's violence. And when you're being violent with me, I'm going to react violently back.
Right. And that's the thing that I think that they don't realize that we do because they don't understand that we're tired. We're tired of it. We're tired of the disrespect. We're tired of the misgendering. We're just tired of it all, period.
Right. What else are we supposed to do? My best friends are gay men. Like this little boy said, oh, I got two transgender friends.
That don't mean nothing.
Two transgender friends, then you would have more respect for them by addressing them in the proper pronouns in a proper way. Now, I'm going to say this one last time. When you are misgendering us, that's violence against us. Yes. That is violence against us. That is traumatic against us. You are putting us in a position where our lives are being devalued by your opinion, which your opinion isn't necessary.
Yes.
Which your opinion isn't necessary. So if you're going to use violence against me, I'm going to use violence against you. It may not be appropriate to use derogatory words, but baby, I fight knife to knife, gun to gun, eye for eye, baby. If that's just the way it is. If you come at me,
baby,
you 10 times harder.
The disrespect and ignorance is all day long.
Okay, but guess who started it? Guess who started it? Okay, you guys have to understand. Accountability is in order. I took accountability for my reaction. Again, it was not, I would say, the most politically correct or even appropriate. But guess what? I'm a human being and I have emotions and I react. And I react. Yep. I react when we are being violently treated, when 18 trans women of color have been murdered and it's not even the end of motherfucking September. It's not the
This
end of
is
September.
insane.
18 black trans women have been murdered. How many of you gay cis brothers have said their names? How many of you have victimized the victim, re-victimized the victim, blamed them for their own murder, blamed them for their demise, and you wonder why we react the way we do? Because you guys are helping the narrative of these cis heterosexual people to get away with the violence against us because you yourself don't respect them.
All day. All day. And I've said that, so sis, I have said that so many times.
You yourself don't respect us. I don't understand how a marginalized group of people, especially gay men, do not understand what it feels like to be oppressed, what it feels like to be treated less than, when constantly, not too long ago, you didn't have a right to marry the person that you love.
Shit, you ain't even have a right to vote not too long ago, and
You
they
didn't have
still
the right.
don't.
Your husband could have been on his deathbed and his family disowned him, and you guys have came together and built an empire, and his family had the right to take it all away from you not too long ago. Guess who was marching with y'all? It wasn't just gay people. It was trans people. It was cis heterosexual people. So respect the people that supported you, and that's period.
Period. Nothing else to say.
And that's on period. Because I'm so sick and tired of gay men with this narrative where they decide that they're going to throw a stone, and when we throw a big rock back, then we're problematic.
Right.
We're
the issue then.
We're the problem. We're being derogatory when y'all are picking the fights with us. It's simple. Respect your brothers and sisters. You don't have to live this life to be able to respect it. You guys respect your dogs and cats more than you respect human life. And that's sad.
All day, sis. All day.
That is sad. I don't have problems with gay men. I have problems with gay men with cis heteronormative standards of ideology that says that if you are this, you are not equal. You are less.
Like, how does that even excuse me, Lord Jesus. How does that even work?
You are less than. That is a problem. That is a problem. What gay men don't realize is that you benefit, regardless of being gay or straight, you benefit from patriarchal benefits and standards, right? As a man, you still get to bear the privilege of being able to be respected, especially if you are a gay man that can pass as a straight.
Well, in the straight world, I would say that.
Right?
Yeah.
You benefit from those privileges. You benefit from being in those spaces where people aren't looking at you and ridiculing you and judging you and harassing you. Only time that they do that is when they find out that you are a same-sex loving male, right? When they find out, then you see people start treating you differently. So how is it any different for you to understand that trans people want to be able to navigate through spaces safely and be able to be themselves authentically without being demonized, ostracized, villainized, harassed, beaten, killed? How? How hard is it for you to understand?
Sis,
How hard is it for you to understand? You can call your little sissy friend she, who clearly dresses up as a boy every day, but is a little feminine. You can't call a trans woman she and her.
Sis, everything you're saying, I said at the beginning of this live. Everything you just said, I said at the beginning of this live.
I'm confused. I'm sitting here trying to understand how y'all can sit here and call another gay man cis and her, but when you see a trans woman, you identify her as he and him.
How dare you?
Where the hell that come from?
Where the hell does that come from? I sure as hell don't know.
I mean, you guys teach the world how we should be treated by what you accept. You allow people to disrespect your trans sisters and brothers, then they will disrespect us. But don't be too sure that they won't disrespect you too shortly after, because you take the next step down.
Because you're not that far from the totem pole. Trust me, you're not that far. Now, okay, so sis Jada want to come back on.
Okay.
So stay on. I'll bring you back on in a minute.
Wait. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, gay men. I'm sorry for calling y'all the F word, but y'all have to understand, not that you have to accept it, but understand that when you use violence against us, we use violence in return to protect
Yes.
ourselves. Because ain't nobody gonna sit here and be beaten down.
Nobody's protecting us but
Nobody.
us. Nobody.
So if you come at me one way, just believe I'm gonna make sure that I line you up and I come for all of y'all. I love you, sis.
I love you too, sis. Ooh, Jada. Okay, baby. Ooh, honey. Good God from Zion. Sis she just she just said everything I said, but she was on 10,000 and I understand why. But everything she said, I said at the beginning of this live. There's no way that a gay person should be misgendering a trans person, because that is furthermore advancing the deaths of us trans women, and think that we're supposed to sit back and be okay with that. Hell to the no.
And see,
Go ahead,
and
Jay, baby,
that's
'cause I know you got a lot to say. Maya, I got you, baby. I got you.
that's what I was saying. Let me mute my notifications too because they gonna keep going off. Hold on. That's what keep kicking me out. Okay. I like it's just like I'm not clockable, right?
Right. Go
Like
ahead
I'm not
and
even
talk with this. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
okay, like I'm not clockable, and there's some cis girls who, I mean, some trans girls who are, but the same sense, like people don't realize that just because we may not be clockable, or just because you have a problem with who we are, and you want to sit here and say, oh, you're just like gay boy, you're just gay, you just want to be a girl for more attention. No, it's easier for me to be gay than it is to be trans. I can be gay, go get a gay boyfriend, go to the club, hang out with gay people all my life, and I can dress like this and just still be a gay boy, and they wouldn't have a problem with it. And they'll call me girl, this, that, and third. But as soon as I say that I'm trans, as soon as I get on hormones, as soon as I grow boobs, as soon as this, that, and third, then I become, oh, you just doing this for attention. You just doing this because you want to be with somebody. I don't get it. It's always attention, and like I don't do this for attention. I don't.
Right.
Like I don't at all. I don't know. To me, there is some trans women who do transition for attention, as for the ballroom scene, this, that, and the third. There's women who do that, but it's not all. And for gay people, they feel as if just because LGBT, no, we were through in there as an aftermath just to make everybody okay, I guess. Transgender because being transgender is the only thing in that group that's the identity. Because if you look at transgender, there's so much more stuff underneath there as far as transsexual, pansexual, gender nonconforming,
Right.
gender non-binary. All these terms fall under transgender. People who decide to transition, you can say transsexual. That's the name what goes because you transfer your sexual organs.
Right.
And so
flex your
like
rights.
the T should be first, honestly, because the T, if it wasn't for trans women, there wouldn't be no LG or B.
There would be nothing.
Period.
There would be
And we would still be sitting, gay people, men, women, lesbians would still be sitting, hiding in places like Stonewall and these hole in the wall. They'd be hiding in places. They wouldn't be having no parade. They wouldn't be here celebrating their gayness, their openness, their happiness. They wouldn't be celebrating that stuff if it wasn't for trans people. And people don't realize that. Like, I love gay people. Like, and at one point, I identified as a gay man because that was easier. That's who I was, and that's how I did to pass and to get through middle school, high school. Because when I was in kindergarten at 5 years old, I knew I wanted to be a girl.
Me too. Oh my.
Period, fool. And like at the same sense, like all the hate, most of the hate for trans women don't come from men. It doesn't come from the society. It comes from gay individuals.
It comes from within our community. It does.
Right, and it's not even that. Like, let's say if I get a boyfriend and he attracted to me, and like he liked me as trans, and he accepts me as trans, and he sits there and he holds me, and he knows everything. But as soon as someone's like, oh, you gay because that person's gay. No, that's not the case. Because just because she's trans doesn't make her gay or doesn't make her a man. No, she's a woman. I'm a woman. I identify as a woman. And you're not gay just because you're attracted to a trans person. What makes you gay is a masculine man attracted to masculinity. That makes them gay. A woman attracted to femininity makes her gay. You're attracted to me, and if you don't see nothing masculine about me besides what's between my fucking legs until I get my surgery, that does not make you gay.
No,
because what the being gay, being lesbian, or being bisexual, your attraction. Being transgender has to do with who you are.
All day. All day.
So we have to stop bashing our trans women because our trans women are there for you from the gate. The reason
Right.
that we don't want to hang out and go to gay clubs with you and go this and that after a while, because we get tired of sitting here worrying about whether you're going to sit here and clock me if I'm with my man, or whether you're going to sit here, and even if my man's okay with it, by you clocking him, you can put me in a dangerous situation.
Exactly.
Because
Extremely
he may
dangerous.
know, he may love me, he may care about me, but in the same sense, and his whole family may know that I'm trans, but whenever you put that thing out there, you like put him out there, then now he's in a situation. Because now his friends and stuff may have a problem with it, whether everybody's okay with it. It's the same case. This guy was on Facebook. He was 20 years old. He was so fine, and his girlfriend was so pretty. Bitch, he was so fine. Sorry, but and his girlfriend was really pretty. In that same sense, like they were together, and they posted a picture on Facebook and everything. And next thing you know, people were bashing him like, you a faggot, you're this, that, and third. You lay up with man, she's a man, she ain't no boy, she a boy. He, and the man killed himself. Suicide. So it's not just us. It's not just trans women who kill themselves. Our partners are killing themselves now because the
Yeah.
hate. Social media is doing them so horrible. Like all bullshit. Like I was like talking to this guy. We were chilling. He's cool. Like I met him, and like at the same sense, he was like, I don't want to feel gay. I don't want to feel gay. I don't want to feel gay. And I was trying to explain to him, it's not that. It's that the fact they want to put us all in one little bitty category, 4 letters. Because the QIA just got added last week. We ain't gonna play like it's been there. So this this QIA extra shit was too much. But LGBT, if you want to get down to the main priorities, LGBT, everybody somewhere falls in these categories. You got an S on there, and it makes everybody LGBTS, lesbian, gay, transgender, and straight. It identifies everybody because
Right.
even in trans people, I identify as I'm straight. I'm a heterosexual woman.
Period.
I just happen to be trans.
That's
It is what it is.
Thank you.
I'm not attracted to women. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not in the middle. I'm not attracted to both. I'm not bisexual. I'm not attracted. I'm not gay. I'm a woman, and I identify as a woman. I love being a woman, and at the same sense, like all this hate and stuff like that, it makes you.
Yes.
Sometimes I get to the point where I want to detransition just so I can be okay. I can detransition and be super feminine, and y'all will call me a girl, recognize me as a girl.
Day.
She. Girl, bye, girl, this, girl, that. But as soon as you want to say you want the titties and cut your dick off, that shit gay. You still a boy. You still a boy. You still a boy.
That's a man in a dress and a wig. Who the hell?
Right, and I get like, I'll be on this app called, I'll be on this other app that's live streaming. It's called Bigo. And like I be getting into it with niggas like that all day because I'll be sitting in live, y'all be chilling, right? And it's like multi-live. And people pop in, they be like, damn, what's up? What's up? What's up, Jada? Because my name's on there and call me Mick Savage though. And so they like, what's up, Jada? What's up, Mick Savage? And like, and you know, I be chilling, but then like you got real fish and like real like, and like if I'm in a live with gay boys, they be like, oh, you like Jada? You think Jada's cute? Oh, okay, you must not know. Jada, tell him your secret. I'd be like, come on, like that's not even called for.
And see, that's dangerous as hell because you don't know the preconceived notions of who these people are and what they would want to do. You never know. You never know people alternative motives. They could have been like, oh yeah, I'm feeling her this, that, and third. Next thing you know, you come up missing her dad somewhere. And people don't understand that outing trans people and outing cisgender men that likes trans women, like you said, that is a twofold thing because now they're falling into a space of depression where they're killing themselves, and then the trans women are being murdered. It's like
exactly. And like even some people who say something about trans women. Okay, no. What about the trans girl who was killed in Dallas?
Malaysia.
And she didn't do nothing. She didn't do a damn thing.
She was defending herself.
Right, they pulled this woman out of her car after they hit her after the little wreck. All you exchange insurance information, go about your day. That happens all day. They pulled this woman out of her car, beat the shit out of her, and then she's chilling in South Dallas, and somebody comes up and murders this woman. Come on now, so it's not that it's not the same sense. Like no. I get away with it. You can get away. We pass. It's different. And then you want to speak about let's even go further. You want to speak about this bathroom bill. You want to speak about this, that, and third. That don't affect me. That bathroom bill will never affect me. I can go in any restroom I want. It's going to affect the children, the kids who's dealing with their identity issues. That's who it affects. It don't affect me. It affects your kids, your children, trans children. That's not right.
No,
because they're kids.
and it shouldn't even affect them. You know,
It
at the end
shouldn't.
of
It
the
shouldn't be
day,
real.
these are children. They're
Period.
children. They don't know. They only thing they want. Listen, the bathroom is there for a reason. You pee and you do number two and you wash your hands and you get out. That's
Right, because in some
it.
countries it ain't no male or female. It's just a restroom. We
It's
go,
a
we just go in there and use the
bathroom
restroom.
set up the exact same way.
Exactly, except the man got a motherfucking urinal and we got all stalls.
That's it. That's the only difference. That's the only
And
difference.
some women can stand up and piss. So what that mean for them? They might want a urinal. Shit. Period. It is what it
Yes.
is though. And that's what they don't get. Like, man, that shit's crazy.
Okay.
Like,
I got to bring Maya on because she gonna kill me if I don't bring her on, honey. So
okay,
stay
I'll
on.
go ahead
I'll
and
bring you
comment.
back on, Jada, with my girl, with my
Okay.
sister Barbie. Let me bring Maya on. All right, Maya. I love you, Jada, so much, girl.
I love you so
are
much.
beautiful, honey.
Thank you. You are beautiful. I love you.
Love you too, baby. All right, Maya says adding.
Yes, girl.
Oh God,
Yes.
I finally got you on, girl.
Girl, I'm in a studio session. Girl, I walked to the bathroom. Shawty, what? Girl, you gonna pay for my session, right? Okay, this is $100 an hour, all right? Now, come on, now, I got good studio time. I want to say a few things that I'm finna go. First of all, I'm 25 years old. Look at my body. I do MMA, okay? I hang out with a lot of gay people. I be a nigga then. They be like, is you a man? No. They're a nigga. Some of y'all pull it off better than we do. Facts. Okay, I'm gonna say this.
Facts.
You are born with female and male hormones, testosterone and estrogen. Whichever one outweighs the other, it determines your sex, which is how you have hermaphrodite. Okay? Okay? The amount of whatever you have more of going through your body determines your sex. It's
Right.
simple. At the end of the day, it's very easy to come out with a little mixture. My mama gave me testosterone when I was in school so that I wouldn't get on my period and get my boobs too fast. Good job. Anyway, look at my shoulders. Look at my body.
Right.
I have a friend named J Money. That girl so fine, shawty. I wish I looked like her. She's a trainer. Okay, once again, until you get everything clipped, snipped, and whipped, shawty, you are either in transition or you are a man. Okay, once you get your pussy, girl, so do you, but they pussy look like pussy. I said, I paid $80 to see it. I said, okay, that way. A lot of these niggas out here fucking these niggas anyway, so I got just go with it. It don't matter. But some of the best wood I ever got in my life, one of them niggas in the closet. Come on out that bitch. Me and my sister both know you. We don't even care. The wood good. So anyway.
Right.
Moving along. Now I'm gonna say this here. At the end of the day, people just need to be okay with who they are. Whatever you do, wherever you are, that's your business. That's your opinion. Get out mine. You don't like me, get the fuck out my shit. If I'm in your shit, don't call me over here no more. All right. If you don't like where I walk your ass over there. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to. You don't like me in McDonald's? Take your ass to Burger King, bitch. Fuck you talking about? Sorry, excuse my French. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm a female. I'm 25 years old in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm on my own. I got a big ass family, as you know.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Okay. Listen to me, Shawty. I don't sell my ass. Everybody I meet want to fuck me and get irritated. Well, give me some money. Well, I look like check you out my thought roster. Next. Anyway, moving along, like I said here, it's really simple. These folks lost in the sauce, but you saucy, have a good day. These motherfuckers hiding shit that everybody know about. These niggas be the really bitches I ever met. All right? I got a pussy and it's fat. All right? I'm saying, I had a nigga hit me with the door and say, damn, that's a man. I said, yo, did that fat pussy at my motherfucking crotch? Nigga, fuck you talking about that way. But when my ex-boyfriend hit me in my face, my brother said, hold up, let me beat his ass in a dress and did that shit. Fuck you talking about. Moving along, why these folks playing? Like I said, motherfucker gonna start talk shit. No, I'm sorry, y'all. I got a potty mouth. Excuse me. But once again, we're talking all this stuff on the bus, but that training, we done drug your ass. Why these little boys playing? These niggas like y'all. Y'all niggas is beautiful. Y'all women is beautiful. We's beautiful. Y'all bitches look better than these bitches out here. Talking about, girl, I got dreads now. Bitch, your weed fall out your head now. You feel me? I'm a sweetheart. I'm turned up. I am social media. I'm going viral. You feel what I'm saying? I'm walking around with a camera on me 24/7, and I'm just being real.
Okay, I got you, Tidrin. You're actually hold on, Tidrin. Wait a minute, it's Trey, and then it's Flex, and then it's you, Tidrin.
I don't care who it is, cause I waited too long and I lost my session. I'm finna get off.
Oh no!
Like I said, Cause I don't left a $200 studio session just to say this. Everybody need to be who they is. And then the day,
Right.
you born, you're born gay. You're born however you is. However you feel is what you need to be. I'm the truth. I am the sauce. I am the drip. You don't let me drip your ass the fuck on. Fuck you talking about. I'm a good person. I want to be around good people. I'm blessed, highly favored. I'm a divine being. And ain't nobody on here gonna ever forget me. I'm a lover. I have one goal when I die, that I don't cause anybody any intentional hurt, pain, or misfortune. Whatever the fuck you got going on in your life, whatever the fuck you gotta say, but don't talk to me if it ain't got nothing to do with it. My dick and my pussy ain't yours, so go on about your business. You want one, get one. They expensive. You feel me? Transgender, the whole gay society. But let me have a party, right? I bet you that bitch gonna be lit if I invite the gay community. Let me invite these niggas. Try to be at the hotel. I'm talking about motherfucking Sunday, but them rooms with all the gays and the chains and all that. But them all make money. Fuck you mean? At the end of the day, I'm a lover. I'm a sweetheart. Y'all are all beautiful. Be beautiful. Right. Don't be ugly because you ugly enough already. Go get some money. Amen. I love you, sis.
I love you too, boo.
And you the truth. Do that thing. You look better than half the hoes in Atlanta. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But if I sit next to you, which one of us was born a man? They probably gonna say me. Damn. I'm like, no, I got one. I'm born in my mind. Yeah. Woo. People niggas like, are you a woman? Are you a woman? Yeah. Okay, I get your number. You shouldn't want it if that was an issue.
Right.
Why would you ask me that? I used to get mad about it. Then I seen a lot of you. I was like, okay, I get it. I understand. Y'all be beautiful there.
Well, I appreciate it, baby. I really
I'm sorry I had to cut so much. I make it real simple. Y'all motherfuckers lost me y'all own sauce, nigga. Get your own drip in this sauce in these niggas. You know what I'm saying? That way, I'm the truth. Something like, yeah, that way. Be yourself. Be about mind your business.
All right, sis. Love you, baby.
That's all I want to do. It took too long. I got mad.
Ooh, child. So I want to say something to her, to what Maya said. Let me just say this. When before I actually started my hormone replacement therapy, they drew blood, and actually I had more estrogen in my body before I had more estrogen in my body than I did testosterone. So I just want to say that, when people, make statements and things like that, that's true indeed. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that probably you crazy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that you still won't be born, the sex that you're supposed to be. So it was true. Well, okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. It was Trey. All right, Trey. Then Flex. Ooh, cha.
Girl, listen, honey. When I see it's nothing whew, child, what have you started up here today? Love the conversation. I'm not gonna lie about that. I love the conversation.
Yeah.
Because
It's important. It's important to have. Because it makes and let me say this. Hold on. We echoing.
Hold on.
Do you have headphones?
I'm turning it down right now.
Okay. And
Are we still echoing?
yeah.
We are. Sorry about that, hon. I don't have any headphones, but I want to say I love you. But I do want to have a nice little recap, just to understand what has been said, so I can keep on chatting in the chat.
Okay.
Love you both.
Love you. All right, Flex. Where you at, baby? Because I know you was next, and then Tidrin. Ooh, child.
Oh, hey, baby, how you doing?
Oh, God.
I was minding my business trying to take a nap, and then when I stepped in here, I said, oh, this is just my avenue. So let me take this a few steps back.
Go ahead, because I know you have a
Hang on a
lot to
second.
say.
I'm, I'm getting some echo back. Hold on.
Okay, hold on. Do I need to put my headphones in?
Okay. So
Are you good?
here's my, yeah, I'm good now. So here's
Okay.
my situation with this. Um, yeah, because I'm getting echo. We, we have to acknowledge as black and brown people that we come from a world of oppression and we carry on that germ. It's a germ. We
Mm.
carry on that germ. And as we carry on that germ, um, and with us carrying that germ, wait a minute, I'm hearing myself twice, so I'm gonna do it like this.
Okay, is that better?
Okay, this is better.
Okay.
As we're carrying on that germ, um, it's something that we've been carrying on for a long time. And it's generation after generation after generation that we do this. And we've got to stop doing it. And we have to acknowledge that our forefathers before us fought for us to have the rights as black and brown people. And we need to stop fighting each other when we're trying to get the rights as black and brown people. So when we have gay men and lesbians and bisexuals who sit up and torment us as trans individuals, they need to understand you're tormenting your own self. You're giving a reflection of yourself.
Right.
Struggle. We're the next generation of struggle. So with that being said, you throwing dirt in our face is a reflection of your unhappiness in your place.
Wow.
Y'all see that? I rhymed. I said it. We're a reflection of what's going on in your place. Because realistically, if you ever look at this closely, most of the people that are bashing us is our own black and brown community.
That's it. That's it. So true.
We've been doing it for centuries, still doing it. When the slave master had us, when we came across the waters, we took on that germ and carry it from generation to generation.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to stop doing that. When we have people speaking of something they know nothing of, like this young man did, he's speaking on what he believed in the back of his brain, back here. Because it wasn't
Right.
all up in here, it was back here.
Couldn't have been.
He was speaking in the back of his brain of ignorance of what he did not know, of what he talks about around his friends, believing what he knows. First of all, being transgender is not a choice.
No, it's not.
It is a need to make the choice to either live or die.
Period. Hey, Felicia.
Because let me say something. People don't understand this. We hear a lot about our trans women at the forefront, but there are a lot of trans men that are out there too.
Mm-hmm.
We just blend in. But here's the difference between us blending. You know how many gay men are chasing us worse than straight men chasing our trans women?
Shit, a lot too many.
Baby, they chase us like we the hot potato of the week. I get it all the time.
Oh, wow.
But here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
It's okay because we go in the club, nobody knows you're dirty. But if you like a trans woman and you a gay man, you're dirty seen as you're going to lose your gay man credit card.
I have no comment.
So you're going to torment and tarnish someone so that your secret don't come out. Because you might be messing with the next guy that's messing with that trans woman, but you don't want no one to know you're dirty.
Right.
That's that slave plantation
That's
crap.
that mentality.
That's what happens in the plantation.
Uh-huh.
So that germ that's being carried on is still continued. And when we talk about our transition and we talk about chromosomes and hormones, it is the chromosomes that create who we are.
Right.
We have androgynous white women, androgynous white men, y'all don't say nothing about them. If
Not
you
a
look at
damn
them women
thing.
that come from Germany and they white and big and burly, y'all don't say nothing about them. But let
Right.
a big sister look, a cisgender women come out and look like she like Serena Williams, and they talked
Mm-hmm.
about Wendy Williams and all of them.
Yeah.
But you talked about them out of envy. Don't
Mm-hmm.
envy trans women and the strength they have to be who they are, to become who they need to be in
Right.
society.
Right. Because I
But
like
you
what you
notice,
said. I like what you said earlier. You said we did it for our sanity, so we wouldn't go insane, so we wouldn't be the next trans person committing suicide, you know, and doing all types and sorts of things to our bodies, and that would lead us, and then also have us making irrational decisions that would lead us to the grave. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. So yeah. So I transitioned so that way I could stop living a life that was a lie. Because for so many years, and I'm not sure if my sister is still on here, she probably is or not, but for so many years I was the extremely flamboyant gay person. And being gay wasn't okay. It was just the cover up of who I really wanted to be. So when I eventually came, when I started, well, I actually started cross dressing first because I couldn't do it in my mom and them house. So I would go to my best friend's house or wherever house I can go over just to change clothes, so that way I could feel some type of femininity, some type of woman on me. And so it wasn't until I was 25, 26 years old when I started my transition, and I said, you know what? I don't want to be like a lot of people die and unhappy and not living in my truth.
right.
And so I've always known I was going to be a leader. I just didn't know what I was going to be a leader of. And so this type of conversation and this type of movement that we have as trans brothers and sisters, I feel that's the purpose. That was my purpose of me being here and me transitioning and actually being able to share that. But not only that, but also bring light to issues like this that's going on, like we're discussing today.
Hang on for a second. I'm getting echo. Hang
Okay.
on. We got to echo.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so I hear the echo too. Okay, no, it's gone now.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So I think we as a trans community, I'm going to be honest, we're
Hmm.
going to have to ignore ignorance. We're just going to have to learn to ignore it.
Period. Yeah.
Because the ignorance is what pulls us down. It pulls out the negative side of us that we don't need.
Yeah, Ravion has always said that about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think what we need to let our LGBT constituents, because I don't call them siblings, I just can't do it anymore. Let them understand. I can't. How can you
I
call
can't, but
somebody a
you can.
sibling? How can you call somebody your sibling and they don't hold your hand when we're
Mm.
fighting?
Ooh, ooh.
With all the deaths, like we talk about the deaths in our community, how many of them really come to our funerals unless we've been kikiing with them?
Right. That's true.
How many of them have actually stood up and said, hey, I'm going to stand for my sisters? Let's find, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to put it out there. I'll be in D.C. in 2 weeks. I want to
Yeah.
see how many LGBT people are coming for the march, not for the
Hmm.
social light.
Right. Right. Not just because.
Right.
Or so they can just post it on their Instagram or Facebook, say that
That
they are
they
just
showed up.
allies. No, an ally
Is a
is somebody.
comrade. It's a comrade.
Mm-hmm.
You are just you just a somebody to me. And this is, I'm being honest. I'm being
Yeah.
honest. That's why when I'm going to say this, I'm putting a plug. I hate to say this. That's why my organization, we have a diverse committee, okay? My
Mm-hmm.
committee is mixed with LGBT, but it's headed by a trans person for trans people, to
Mm-hmm.
assist trans people, to guide trans people, to save lives of trans people, and 5 more
Absolutely.
down the line. But
Absolutely.
those people on the board know the purpose
Mm-hmm.
and support the purpose and the goal.
Right.
Those are the ones that will lead those ignorants, because my grandmother called them ignorants, to
Okay.
follow through. Sometimes we need those ignorants to follow those that are beside us as comrades.
Right.
Sometimes we have to leave the ignorance at the wayside.
Right.
You know, when they used to say, well, I ain't going to leave Massa because, Massa, he feed me. Well, you stay on over here with Massa and get nothing and watch me grow.
Right. Period.
Okay? You can stay on this
Mm-hmm.
plantation, and that's the problem. We got a lot of black and brown LGBT, I didn't say T, ignorant folk.
We do.
We got some ignorant T,
And
but our T
and
is
refuse
learning to
to
get smarter.
change. And
Right.
refuse to change and educate themselves on who we are.
Because it doesn't affect them. As far
Right.
as, that's one thing about black and brown people. If it has nothing to do with their life, they don't want to know nothing about nothing.
That's true.
They don't even want to know about white people. I'm just going to put it out there. But they claim to accept white privilege when they ain't even white.
Mm-mm. How can you do that? That's a double standard.
How can you live in male privilege and white privilege when you ain't even acting the way you need to act to have it?
That's insane. That's insanity. That's crazy to me.
So that's why when we hear this today, when this was coming on, I said, boy, there's a whole bunch of ignorance going on in here.
You'd be surprised.
A lot of
You'd be
ignorance.
surprised people's mindset because because people aren't educated, and so I have to tell people this. You know, you can only speak from what you know. But if what you're saying doesn't make sense, you need to go sit down, read a book, go look at a documentary, go
Or
sit
go to a
down,
seminar or
go
go to
something,
something,
do
talk to someone
something.
who knows what they're talking about.
Absolutely,
I
go
mean,
talk to a trans person.
do
Because
something.
having trans friends doesn't mean that you know. You're only getting their information based off their experience, not
Correct.
nobody else's.
Right, because my experience is different than yours and any other trans person out there. And I always tell
Absolutely.
people, based on my experience or what I've heard or seen, this is what I know. But this is what I want people to understand. I want our trans individuals, our trans sibling and family to stop using the word lifestyle. There's no friggin' lifestyle to being who we are. This is a
Right.
livelihood. We wake up
Right.
every morning, we spend money to look good, walk good, smell good, and all that stuff. This is
All
a
that good stuff.
livelihood. Some of our
Mm-hmm.
women are dying, and some of our guys are dying. Yeah, there's some that lay on their back too for
Yeah.
money, okay? That are
Mm-hmm.
dying for their meds, that are dying for that surgery. This is a livelihood. It's
Mm-hmm.
become a livelihood. When I wake up every day, I got to shave. Y'all don't believe me, but I do. I got to shave, okay? I got to shave. This is a livelihood. Before I leave my house, I have to prep my mind up for society. This is a livelihood. Every day, I go to work to be who I am today, to be the
Right.
man that I have evolved to be, to
Mm-hmm.
be comfortable in my world, not your world, my
Right.
world. Because
Exactly.
every day I get up, I got to deal with me. Every day I get out the door, I got to deal with me. Every time I leave my house, I have definitely got to be safe about where I'm going and how I'm going.
My
And
sister Barbie
Google,
is
Google
crazy.
is
She
not
said,
all
"Google."
that, Barbie. You know better than that. Google has messed up a lot because people don't even know the terminology that goes on in our own community.
That's true.
Google has messed us up with non-binary and transgender so much that we got so confused ourselves.
Yeah. And they've included us in that. And it's like, no. No,
Barbie, they
that
took
is
it out. The libraries are closing, Barbie. They don't put nothing in the libraries anymore. They don't even have that in the libraries. I'm just saying, they took stuff out for people to learn. The people don't want us to learn. They know that we will
no.
go learn, and they don't want us to learn. So now we're in social media learning, and that's the worst place to be in social media.
Hmm.
It's the word,
Yeah.
key word is social. Come on, what do you do at a social
Right.
gathering? Gossip, talk, and get drunk. Come on, it's social media.
About
So
being
let's just
educated
think
about
about
having
this.
sex.
We have
Yeah.
to really be real about this and say to each other, we got to stop. I'm
Right.
not going to feed into any more ignorance. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with ignorant gay people. I have put people aside, and if they're watching, Merry Christmas, bitches. But look, I have put people aside. I have put people aside because, and I don't mean to curse, but I have let people at the wayside because of their ignorance. I don't
Yeah.
tolerate toxicity. I don't.
Right.
And when you got gay men who come at us and lesbians who come at us and bisexual people that come at us and think that we fall under that sexuality, they are under the sexual activity baloney, okay? Gender is different than sexuality because we can all be trans and be gay tomorrow.
That's
I could be a
right.
gay man and you could be a lesbian
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. That's a
Mm-hmm.
choice.
That
That's a
indeed is a
choice.
choice.
And remember, choice can be temporary.
Hmm.
Transition is forever.
Yes, it is. All day. I like.
What
Oh,
you see right here
say
is
that one more
forever.
time. Say that one more
Because
time.
choice is temporary.
Uh huh.
It's like Kool-Aid and a cup of cake, okay? But transition is forever. We
Yes,
can't
indeed.
change this, baby. I
Mm-mm.
can't change what you see because if I change it, it's death to me. Because when we are
Absolutely.
putting hormones in our body and doing what we're doing, people don't realize when a trans person transitions, it affects the body. It's the worst drug to put in your body, the strongest bud to put in your body. That's what it is. Because when I
Mm-hmm.
put testosterone in my body, guess what it does to a trans man? And a lot of our trans women don't know this.
Well, educate me so I can know.
When you put testosterone in your body, it quickens your heartbeat up because the metabolism, your body metabolism spikes up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us have sleeping disorder. A lot of us can't go to bed. We have insomnia.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
you can kill us. It can kill us. We have to be
Mm.
careful with cholesterol. We got to be careful with what we're putting in our bodies because we can end up having a heart attack. Trans women, you're putting estrogen in your body. You put too much in your body, guess what happened? It turns into thyroid issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same thing with us. So
Yeah.
people don't realize we are really realistically we're not trying to kill ourselves, but we're trying to be safe within ourselves.
Right.
Because I can't live as a woman. I can't do it. I did it too long. I
Right.
did it too long. And
Yeah.
you know how much torment I went through living as a woman? And the thing was, I was being called a lesbian. I didn't know what a lesbian was. I was a heterosexual woman before I became the man I am today. And
Right.
I'm still a heterosexual man. But when someone made the comment, well, you're a lesbian, I was never a lesbian. I just like sex. I'm pansexual. I like women and men. I was just being honest. But I'm
Nothing
just
wrong with
saying,
that.
but nothing wrong with that. So not all of us come from the gay train.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our trans women don't come from the gay train. We just
Right.
like she said earlier, Barbie said earlier, the only reason we dealing with the gay community because that's the only place we could be and be safe without going in
Right.
society and being dead tomorrow.
Right. That is so true.
And
So
so
true.
our sisters face death, our brothers face death. But here's the thing, trans men are being raped every day.
Every
Trans men
day.
are HIV positive every day. So guess
Mm-hmm.
what, people? This is not something we just want to deal with every day. But
Right.
it's something we have to do to have be sane up here and at peace in here.
Right. Because they don't understand that torment is torture.
When you are living a life, see, a lot of times, I'm going to put it out there. Some
Go
of you
ahead.
homosexuals, some of you very homosexual and sexual beings out there, you
Mm-hmm.
doing what you're doing, you trying to find artificial something that you've been lacking. I don't need a relationship.
Ooh, child, wish I had a fan. Jesus. I wish I had a whole fan
I got
all
a
by
fan over here blowing on me
myself.
right now because I'm
Ooh,
telling you
baby.
now, you have to remember
And
a
I
lot of
sure
y'all are
will.
searching for love. We want love, yes, we do. But a lot
We
of us will
want it.
just be like, I ain't tolerating it. Not today.
God, okay. You said I get tortured at work. Okay.
Yeah, we
Uh,
get tortured at work. We get
You
tortured
know,
going to the store. We get caught. Look, Walmart, before I transitioned, people was looking at me like, oh, he a cute. What is that? I mean, I've had people
what
call.
is that?
Yeah, I've
You know, that's the crazy thing. like, what is that? Like,
What is that? What I'm a human being. Ain't no that to what is that?
Catch my cussing, Jesus,
It's a
Lord.
go. I know you fanning away. I know.
I'm having
But
a hot flash right now, and I got the air on, a fan. I'm having the
see, and
job.
that's yeah. You could fall out and have to do the show by myself for you, but it'll be okay. But I'm just saying, we have to really let people understand there's more to transition than just changing our bodies. Changing
Right.
our body is a devastation part of who we are today. It
Yes.
is not easy doing that. We have to deal with ourselves mentally, physically,
Right.
emotionally. And a lot of us cry in the corner by ourselves. And none of you homosexuals know anything about it.
Don't call. I'm having a hot and don't even call to see or
See
say
if I'm okay.
exactly. And you know what? I've been blessed and I've been fortunate enough to have not only my family, but I do have gay men that I am friends with that I actually can call my brother. They actually call and text me and check on me just to see how I'm doing because they understand and they get it that I could be here today and gone tomorrow just like anybody else can. But the risk for me is just that much more higher because of who I am.
We got to survive. It's
We
a
have to.
livelihood. I can't go to, let me tell y'all, when I started transition, I couldn't go to my job.
I know,
I couldn't
Joy,
go to
those
my
were
job
moments.
without, I could not go to my job without being tormented. For me to
Yeah.
go to the men's room, I got harassed and I had to walk across the building to use a bathroom.
Wow.
So imagine what my sister's siblings have to go through to go to a
Yeah.
job. This is not easy. Now to be gay, nobody got to know you who you sleeping with. You just go to
Mm-mm.
work, put your clothes on, walk out the door, drive your car, go to the store, get you a Kool-Aid, get you a Monster drink, go and get you some skillets or whatever you need. Go to the job, sit at your desk, answer the phone, and be you and be gay
And
all
that's
day
it.
long, and that's
And that's
okay.
it.
And people can speculate your sexuality, but you don't have to admit it. But as soon as we walk out the door, and y'all know this is a fact, people
Right.
see us by face value and know that's different. Something's different about that
Exactly.
person. That's not a
Exactly.
normal looking human being. That's
Right.
what is that or what is this? Okay, that is what makes us different. That is where
Yeah.
the struggle comes in. So for
Right.
all you homosexuals, yes, I'm saying it, homosexuals and bisexual people and regular cisgender individuals, I want you to understand something. For us to go out in society, it's
Hmm.
torment. It's torment.
It's torn.
You do
It's
not have,
scary.
it's scary. We
Yeah.
don't know
It's
if we're going to
scary.
get bopped in the head. We don't know if we're
Yep.
going to get knocked over. I live in a complex. And you know how private I am about who I am? Because there's a whole bunch of big black men up in here, and I ain't trying to get raped or beat up or nothing.
By
Okay?
nobody.
And I'm a little guy. I'm the little guy, just one guy, okay? So I'm just letting y'all know there's more to this than what you think it is. It looks
Right.
cute on the outside, but you have no idea what we go through. So when you start judging us and
Is
talking
that
about God
up
didn't make,
here? Ooh, this thing here is something else.
yes,
Oh my God. They don't know. And I
y'all
think
don't
I and
know. We go, some of us can't afford therapy, so we got to deal with life the best we can.
the
You know, the
best
cost
way.
of this livelihood is expensive.
And
It's
people don't
expensive.
realize that. They don't. Like when like for me let me make this point. I want to say this. I've been fortunate enough to actually have a job where my director, who's my boss, she she's a therapist
Hmm.
and she understands the lifestyle because she counsels LGBT people, so she understands what it means, our struggles in a sense. And so when I came on and I started working with her, it was like, oh my God. And I actually had to tell her I was trans because she didn't think that I was. And I
Right.
had to tell her because I had explained to her that my last job let me go because of me transitioning. Because
Same here. Twice.
I had been at my previous job for 5 years, and I started transitioning a year after I got married. And I had, background check, sexual sex, this, all that stuff. Because I work with people that have mental health behaviors, been doing it for
Right.
10 years.
Right.
So my boss then at the time was like, well, she, there's nothing on her background. She's not on no sex registry list. And these were the parents that took issue with it. And because they had to make up something because Georgia is a right to work state. They had to make up something just to let me go.
Mm-hmm.
And it just messed me up. I'm like, I've been here 5 years. I started out working in somebody's home, taking care of them until they passed away. Moved up to group home management, then area coordinator in DDP. So it's like, I moved myself up in this company for you all to throw me away because I decided to live in my truth. And gay people don't have to worry about losing a job for that.
As long as they don't sashay
As,
and they don't go in there bush
as long
looking
as
and
they're
the
not
girl
extra, yeah, it's not
they
a
got a
problem.
job. But
Yeah.
us transitioning is an extra. And it's a livelihood. Baby, I lost a job. I had a good job. And I had a job and I went back. And I'm going to tell y'all the story real quick. I worked for this company in female body. Okay? As soon as
Wow,
I
Jamie.
came back
I'm
as
so
male
sorry.
body, this individual told my business and told the contractor my business. Do you know I sued them for my job because
Mm-hmm.
they let me go.
Wow.
They let me go. But luckily I've had the jobs with companies that would hire me, but I worked in a field that I could work third shift. I didn't have to deal with society. And they put me
Right.
on third shift because they didn't want nobody to see me.
Wow. I okay, because see, it's the CEO and then it's me. So I work right up under my CEO. So I'm visible to everybody. And there is a level of respect that they see that she has for me, and it's just triggered down from her to the people that I supervise in my group homes to everybody. So to me, I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful to have this type of power as a trans woman living in my truth and not have to be ashamed